evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Penal residents. I am very happy to be here to spend this evening with you. Good evening to the head table. We are here on a Thursday before our big election on Saturday. Jason reached out to me. I said, Jason, this week I really plan on doing walks. We had a lot of meetings. And if anybody knows me, I was the one in school that got Anita likes to talk too much, so I could real talk. But in the meetings, I said we come forward and we have the meetings, but I wanted to be out on the road. Because this internal elections, for me, beyond putting myself up to be on the slate, beyond challenging the status quo, we are running on a platform that says we must return the United National Congress to the people of the United National Congress. And as Mr. Moody said, it is not that we are just going to say that. It is something that we will do. It is something that I firmly believe in. It is how I run my office as a Member of Parliament for Tabakit. It is how I executed the office of the Public Relations Officer of the United National Congress. Everywhere I have found myself in politics, I have always remained committed to the people of Trinidad and Tobago and the people of the United National Congress. And so, before Mr. Rushton Parry made the call for the internal elections, I saw him go from cottage meeting to cottage meeting, getting not only giving a message, but getting advice, getting and receiving from the people of the United National Congress and the people of Trinidad and Tobago what they would like to see going forward. And when he made the call for the internal elections, it came not from a desire to do something, or as somebody on the other side said, for a coup, because that doesn't make sense. You know, and the person who said it is a lawyer, and you should know better. But to have a coup, that means that you are not going to the people. You trying to replace somebody. But we never tried to do that. We only called for the elections because what we want is the voice of the people of the UNC to be heard. After that, I started to hear things that we were traitors and that we were disruptive. And I say, but how you get there? How you get to that point? If we are calling for an election and you disagree with an election, it means that you do not believe the people of the UNC should have a say. And how can you be leader or a leader within a political organization and say you don't want to hear from the people that you lead? And when Larry talks about losing general elections, 2015 and 2020, it is that disconnect away from the people that put us in power that has kept us out of power for this long. That we can name candidates 2 weeks sometimes outside of an election, 3 weeks sometimes outside of an election. What Larry didn't tell you is when they named that candidate in Tunapuna in 2015, we called the election date. The UNC was in power. We called the election date and we named the candidate after everybody. We had the advantage of being the incumbent and we named our candidates after everybody. The candidates in San Fernando, West Germain, might tell you, came out of nowhere. When they had to go out and walk, scrambling all over the place. I was doing events for the campaign in 2015, the logistics for the events. I showed up in San Fernando for an event at the end of August. The election was early September. A person who is now running on the next slate told me, don't worry, we're filling out this room. San Fernando West, we're filling out this room. We will have 500 people here easily. We get there, the events team gets there, chairs laid out, everything. This is San Fernando West on the cusp of the 2015 general election. We are in government. We currently hold the seat. The room empty. People started trickling. I have to tell the event organizers, pick up some of them chairs, get some sheets, cover half the area because nobody else coming here. The person running on the other slate now is the person that they will depend on to win San Fernando West that gave me that information back in 2015. And when I said, as I looked at it, again, 2020, same thing. Everybody is giving you the information you want to hear. They will tell you, yes, we're winning this for sure. I share a border with La Hokata Talparo. The constituency of Tabukit is quite large. We went to walk in Mamaral, Sherwood. Now, when I do my walkabouts, my campaign team complains because I will walk and meet everybody and we will talk. And if they want to talk long, well, we talking long and they'll say, come on, you have to hurry up. But I will never pass anybody straight. In the area of Mamaral, one side of the road is Tabukit, one side of the road is La Hokata Talparo. Tabukit is a safe UNC seat. La Hokata Talparo is a seat we are trying to win. By the middle of the walkabout, I am greeting people on both sides of the road because the candidate for the other side gone. Because it's a power walk. How you could win elections walking past people? How are you winning elections walking? Because if you walk past them when you're looking for the vote, what you will do after? And so, did I take? No, I took it off. I fixed it. I did. I fixed my technical difficulties. And so that when I said how you campaign is how you will govern, that is serious business. The United Patriots set out a campaign based on an internal election because we know what elections we're fighting. We are saying this internal election will get the UNC on a path forward to win the general election. The next team take all our general election promises and say there's a split. That is there, so that they saying that their team will give you stand your ground laws. How? That their team will reopen the gate. How? You see, that is the ultimate laziness. That in an internal campaign that you call, because you get to call it because you are the current NATEX, you didn't even prepare yourself to run a campaign. How are you going to run a general election campaign in 2025? So that they have embarked on a mission to confuse UNC people. Because they understand that UNC people want change. They understand, though, that change can be scary. They understand that if they inject fear and discomfort, that maybe people will say, I'll hold my hand. But I am here to tell you tonight that while change might be scary, it is necessary and it is coming regardless of what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for UNC members to recognize and take back their power. You as a UNC member, you deserve your right to have a say. And not just your say on Saturday, June 15th. You should have your say as part of your party groups. You must have your say as part of your constituency executives. And on our slate now, there are four active members on constituency executives. Henry Awong is one. Jason Ali, our Dego Martin, our Northeast coordinator. And we had one more. Yes. Well, William Archie is on the current national executive. So we have people who understand that the strength of the UNC is in its community. That if you work properly and you hold your safe seats properly, that will translate into what it means to win in a marginal seat. That if you take functioning active members from Tabukit, Pointe-a-Pierre, Naparima, and that you build a momentum, you could win in San Fernando. That if you have properly functioning people, not yes men and yes women, in St. Augustine and Dego Martin, Barataria San Juan, St. Augustine and Dego Martin, Barataria San Juan, Dego Martin on my mind for some reason, that you can look at St. Joseph and Tunapuna.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And when I raise that with the political leadership, that your candidates or your members of parliament in St. Augustine and Barataria is what will help you sweep the corridor they didn't take me on. That who you put there, St. Joseph will look on. And that who you put there, Tuna Puna would look on. And that if you cannot start to build a movement at the tail end. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, June 15th is critical. It is not just critical for us as a national executive or in a national executive election. It says what direction the politics of the future for the United National Congress will take. It says to the current leadership that you, the people, recognize your power. And that you are saying this top-down approach will end on June 15th. And that you are saying that we in the United National Congress will take the future of the United National Congress in our hands and we will make the difference together. And part of the reason I am very proud to be part of this team is because this is a team. This is a team. One person alone will not win the general elections for the UNC. The people on the slate alone will not win the general elections for the UNC. Everybody here who is sitting as part of the slate must be able to do the work to bring more people in to win the elections for the UNC. And that is what we intend to do. And so on June 15th, put your X by the praying hands, and I assure you that the winds of change will sweep us into government in 2025.
Thank you.